Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's Meshi with Align Plans. Today we're talking about accessories and I wanted to highlight the top 10 accessories that I think, in my opinion, are absolutely worth your money. And if you're doing any type of Black Friday shopping, then I think that we came to the chat right at the exact moment that you needed to. So here's what I'm planning on doing for you. We're going to break things down into 3 categories as per usual. We're going to look at minimalist planning, mobile setup, and one booklet. And the reason why I wanted to do it this way, and it's not going to be brand specific, because I wanted to kind of give you guys accessories that I think are actually worth it within each of those categories, while at the same time we're tailoring to your planner setup. So hopefully that makes sense. So if all of that sounds good and you wanted to kind of figure out what's worth it, what's not, then you have come to the right place, and let's not waste any more time and let's just get started with the video. Okay, so first up, let's begin first with the minimalist planning. So for the minimalist planning, the planner that I have here, this is the VDS planner that I have in personal size. I love her. I think that she's beautiful. I think that one of the things that I noticed almost immediately whenever I use this is, what do I have to add that makes this beautiful and functional? So let's begin with pens. In my opinion, with this planner setup, I generally tend to not gravitate towards fountain pens. I 100% go towards either fine tip gel pens or ballpoint pens. You can use a fountain pen here, but it just, I don't know, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't work. You can use it, but anyway, we're not going to digress on this. So first pen recommendation, which is my absolute brand new favorite. This is from Pilot Il Mili. The body, you can switch it out. So there's different colors that you can get. And what I actually love about this is that the ink cartridge Pilot allows you to buy colored ink cartridges, which is really nice. They're very inexpensive. And I will just show you a little swatch of what it looks like. So first of all, it's literally a ballpoint pen. Writes like a dream, very smooth, very easy to navigate. It's thin enough that it actually fits into the pen holders. You have to be careful because this part is actually a little bit grippy, but it does fit. It's totally fine. Highly recommend. The other two are also like great recommendations, and I know that they're going to be a fan favorite because they are so popular. And that is, this one is the Pentel Energel in 0.5. This one is a needle tip point. Writes just as beautiful, but it's just a different experience. And yes, I do get really weird with my pens because I'm left-handed, so I write differently. So some of these pens are going to be, you know, if you're a lefty, these will actually work for you. And the last one, this will come as absolutely no surprise. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is from Zebra's Sarasa Clip. This is in a 0.5 thickness. Again, another ballpoint pen. Stunning. I mean, most of us have been buying Sarasas for quite some time. Is there like 10 other pens that I could recommend? Yes, but these are my absolute go-tos. These are things that I actually regularly use. I will show you, just because, you know, why not? I will show you one more that's sort of like, just take this with a grain of salt. This is the Uni 1 pen. Please get the full size, not the minis. The minis, I find that the ink cartridges get weird. The long, like, these full-size ones, especially, I think this one is in a 0.5 thickness. It writes actually really beautifully, but sometimes it still skips on me, unfortunately. It depends on the angle, how I'm using the pen. So this one is sort of like a take it or leave it, but if you're using Uni 1, they will work totally fine. But if you're not using Uni 1 and you wanted to try something new, then these are the ones that I would absolutely recommend. So the next category is icons, and I have to be really careful because in this setup, if I'm doing an actual spread, I don't really like really big, bulky things. I want everything to be small and precise and elegant. So if I'm looking at icons, this would be a great example. So I would go for something like this. Cloth and Paper does a really great job with their icons. I just wish that there would be more of them. So this one is the Hustle one. So this one has like the Instagram, Pinterest, whatever. I like the fact that it is slightly toned, so it's not just like a white icon. It's not a clear sticker. Their stuff is really great. Color Cafe also does a fantastic job. This is her yoga one that I bought like years ago. It's great quality. I like honestly no issues with it. The other ones that I like, now this is not really specific like an icon. This is more like a decor, but Kubo and Lucy also does a really great one. And the sticker quality is actually great. But Rosy Paper Tree also does really great icons, and they're actually really affordable, which is why I like them. So those are just a few options. If you're looking for icon, like what I showed you at first, then Cloth and Paper is great, Color Cafe is great, and Rosy Paper Tree. They will all have your bag. So yeah, these would be the 3 that I would recommend. And the next thing that I think would be essential when it comes to like setting up your stuff and actually using it functionally, that I think most people really, it's not that we don't think about it, but it's just not one of those things that most people are like run out and grab, because it sometimes can feel redundant. And that's actually the little tweezers. So I have 2 different ones from Cloth and Paper. One of them is kind of slightly angled and the other one is completely straight. I use this once in a blue moon. My go-to is actually this. I think that they sell this between $9 to $10. And the reason why I love this is because it just sits so well in your hand. And I can just pinch something, hold it. I can place them so easily. Like it's such a non-issue. You know what I mean? And like it helps you a lot with placements. I love using this also with like dot stickers, but especially like sticker sheets, like what Cloth and Paper has, they're just a lot easier to maneuver. So if you use stickers like this, especially the Cloth and Paper ones, please grab yourself a tweezer. You can thank me later. By the way, are you enjoying this video? If you are, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't had a chance to just yet, and hit the notification bell. I would love to have you in the community where we talk about anything and everything minimalist planning and Japanese stationery, with the intention of using them as tools to improve our lives rather than just over consuming them. And if that sounds good, make sure you subscribe. All right, let's just get right back into the video. Moving on. So that's it about tweezers. And the only other thing that I would like to mention would have to be, where did I put it? Would have to be an ollie clip for obvious reasons. I believe I actually originally got this from Cloth and Paper, but you can get them from Infinite Lotus. You can also get them from Rosy Paper Tree. Like they have like their own. Yeah, like this was sent in like one of the sub boxes a while ago. And the reason why I love it is it's so obvious, but you know, in case you don't have one, basically you can take like a stack of like an area and you can just kind of clip them together. It just makes it flipping to that section of your planner so much easier. I've also used it before to like add something here to the front or clip something here to the front pocket. So if I have like a journaling card, right now I removed most of my journaling cards, so not me having like 1,000 different, okay, here, let me just grab one. So let's say I wanted to add this. Ta-da! Look how cute that looks. It looks so nice. So I like that it keeps it in place, but I would use it for more than just this. But I like that it's soft enough that it's not going to disrupt your writing experience. So that's it about minimalist planning. Let's move on to the mobile setup. So mobile setup is a whole different conversation for me, because what I'm actually looking for here is basically like make it like an extension of what I would get if I was home. So I get really particular about a mobile setup. So here, like one of the most obvious ones that I think most of us are aware of would have to be a clip. So I'm going to show you this because this is the one that I have, but please don't take this that, oh my God, it has to be Traveler's Notebook. It does not. You can find dupes to the TN clip on Amazon. I will just pop a couple of them on the screen. This is the one that I went with because that's the one that I bought. So I'll just keep that in mind. I love this, especially on a setup like a TN, or even I've used it in my Hobonichi weeks, but mainly I use it here where like there's multiple booklets. I need something to kind of like hold my pages down. Otherwise it looks weird. So here I would just kind of place it at the very top. It's nice and secure, and now we can get to work. I do have clips also from Penco. So if I want something heavier duty, I do have this one as well from Penco. This works also great, but this one is a lot harder. It's a lot harder for me to maneuver. They're both fine, like so, but anyway, you get my point. So just go with the clip. It will make your life so much easier, and it's not It's not big and bulky. Like it's not really going to like take up 80% of your planner setup. You can literally just clip it on top and call it a day. The other thing that I think would be essential for a mobile setup is scissors, especially if your mobile setup is not necessarily a planner, but if you're using this as a journal, please take this with you. It's so cute, small, and compact. It literally takes up zero space, and it will just make your life so much easier when you're cutting ephemera, when you're trying to cut like your PET tapes or anything like that. Like they just come in so handy. And it's one of those things, it's sort of similar vibe to the tweezers where you don't even think that you need it until you need it, and then you're so grateful that you have it. And the last thing here within this category has to go to like some sort of a pouch or a case. So I will show you a few examples of what I'm thinking. And I know, it's like, okay, this will be so obvious. Like, I get it. But, you know, I have to mention this. Go with something like a Delphonics bag. Obviously, you can pack so much in here. Like, that's all I'm going to say about this. Either go with a Delphonics bag, but also you can go with something smaller. If you want something small and chic, you can go with something like the Superior Labor's little bag. You can get them in different sizes. I just happen to have the smallest size. I don't necessarily use this for like having this on the go. Do you know what I mean? Like what I use this as like throwing accessories in here. Or if I want something like I actually need my little command center on the go, then I would go with something like this from Plotter. I actually just recently bought this and I'm like heavily obsessed with this. Like this is so beautiful. So the back of it is leather. And then inside, yes, I know it looks huge, but the reason why it looks big is because it's big enough where you can fit your entire laptop in here, if that's what you need. So I'm thinking this would be something that I would take with me if I'm actually going to be not just like journaling, but I'm also planning on working on my computer. I would take this, add a couple of pens in here and my planner or my journal or whatever I'm taking with me, close it up, and then this is what comes with me. But if I'm just gonna go to like a cafe and I want to like just journal or something, then I'm gonna just take, you know, like my small traveler's notebook. So I would potentially just kind of take this, throw it maybe into here and call it a day. So, but I wanted to give you guys options depending on the function that you were thinking of. And then the last category that I wanted to mention, this is our one booklet system. So this is a totally different vibe than what I just kind of talked to you about. So here I'm thinking for one booklet, the accessories are going to be like an extension of the actual experience that you create with the one booklet systems. So what do I mean by that? Well, one booklet system, I'm going to give you 3 examples. First, we're going to look at the Take a Note. Then we're going to look at the Hobonichi. And we will also take a look at, okay, since I don't have it with me anymore because I'm not using it this year, so I'm just going to use the Midori Hibino for an example. But really, you can also use the Sterling Ink commonplace book. But let's just pretend that this is what that is. You get my point. You know what a one booklet system is. Anyway, so accessories that would work for these. All 3 of these planners that I'm showing you right now, and Sterling Ink included, have one main thing in common. Because everything is condensed into one booklet, I feel that, okay, so I would just say, this is how I'm interpreting it. It doesn't mean that this is how it is, but this is how I'm interpreting it. They all go after the experience of kind of connecting with you through stationery, right? So if you're looking at all 3 of these, actually, the paper quality is immaculate. Let me just look at Hobonichi as like one of the examples. So when I'm looking at, okay, we have Tomoe River paper. The paper is thinner. It's very delicate. It's very soft. It's also very functional. So the way that I use this, I don't use it like that anymore, but the way that I was using it and the way that I think it was sort of designed for, and the way that I'm also using Hibino is it's sort of like a luxury experience. So the pen, can you use this? Like, can you use the same like gel pen? Yes. In my experience and in my opinion, if you're going to go with something as soft and beautiful as a Tomoe River paper, please go with a better quality pen. It doesn't have to be an expensive pen, but fountain pen play really beautifully within the Hobonichi planners. I will go one step further. It plays beautifully, beautifully within the Hibino and also in the Take a Note. All three of these have that in common, and I can prove it because I've been using fountain pens in all of them. And can I just say that these are the type of planners that I bought as a sinking into that moment experience. I didn't buy them so that I quickly scribble down like a quick idea. When I use them for like the full experience that they came and offer. Hobonichi Weeks is, granted, it's a smaller one, so I don't do any like journaling or anything like that, and I don't really let my creativity play anymore within that planner system, but it used to. So my point is that when you have a better quality paper, you can sink into the experience. So go with something like a fountain pen. Higher end things, go with Sailor, Pro Gear. To me, they are on higher end things. For you, your range might be different, but again, I'm just relating from myself. If you want like an entry level something, you can go with something like the Kaweco Sport. I loved using these and they work really beautifully. Writing experience wise, obviously, like honestly, I would also go with like the Pilot Kakuno. Just basically, they're sort of like your no fuss entry level fountain pens. So anyways, that's it on fountain pens. The other thing that I would also go with if I was kind of looking at what actually makes sense here is stickers and dot stickers. Stickers, think like decor stickers like this. I love stickers like this where they're like small, elegant. They don't take over, but they accent. So think accessorizing versus like taking over the whole look. You know what I mean? Like when you just add a couple of them, then you just feel seen, not overpowered. And that's exactly what we're after. So like a lot of times when I'm looking at stickers or I'm looking at decor in general, I'm looking at how can I accessorize what I already have here instead of make it loud and let it take over. So these would be some of my recommendations. Something like a press and a press and peel sticker would be wonderful. Something like what Color Cafe does really beautifully, which is sort of like a theme type of sticker. Or something like what you can get from Mindwave, where there's small, eloquent, small little details that you can throw into your spread, and then it feels more pulled together and cohesive. Dot stickers. I have two recommendations for you. So you can go with something inexpensive like what you can get from Amazon, and you can get multiple rolls for it. Cautionary tale on this. Yes, they are available. Right now, I just checked as of this morning, and you would be able to receive them if you order them today in November. You would get them like beginning of December. So I think that they're getting it shipped from overseas. So it does take about like 4 weeks to get them in. Totally like worth the price because they're so inexpensive, and you get between 3 to 6 rolls in each set, and each of them are like super useful. So you can go with something like that. Or you can go with dot stickers like this. These are from Swatelier. Swatelier also does a really great job with their dot stickers. They're both good, but it just depends on like what you want, essentially. And the last thing here that I think makes sort of the experience so much more fun has to go to stencils. So I have one here, and I have a couple also from Hobonichi. These things are like small, but very, very functional. So you have like the numbers here, you have like the grid, like the little squares, like you have like the little shapes here. This I actually don't use very often, so I'm not going to recommend it, but these would be like the two that I would highly recommend. One of them is from Midori, the other one is from Hobonichi. Here's the stencil in how it looks. And I like that they're small enough and compact enough. I think that's what I was looking for. I was looking for multiple use, multiple functionality, but also make it small and compact so that it doesn't take over your entire set. So, and I do believe that this delivers that beautifully. So these would definitely be my top like 3 recommendations in something like a one booklet setup. And I'm not keeping it specific to, hey, do this if you're a planner, do this if you're a journaler. I'm just saying that if you have something like a one booklet setup, then these would be the things that I would reach for. And the other thing that I wanted to mention in decor for just like half a moment is what I also think works here really well is something like a PET tape that has multiple decor kind of set up in one. So like instead of buying like just sticker sheets, if you're tired of sticker sheets, an alternative would be something like this, where they cost about the same as a sticker sheet, but you get like way more yield. Oh my gosh, who says that? It is a pain in the butt to get it going. Okay, here it is. So this would be something that you can kind of reuse. Downside of it is obviously that it can kind of get dried up. It can get boring, but you know, they each have their pros and cons, and we're not here to debate on which one is better. We're just here to like, I'm just here to kind of like offer you options, and then you can see like where you land on the spectrum. But we have made it to the end. This is basically all I wanted to share with you. I would love to hear from you. Here is your question of the day. Here is your question of the day. Please share below in the comment section. What is your number one go-to accessory that you can absolutely not live without? I would love to hear from you. Please share it with all of us. And in the meanwhile, if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure that you subscribe and you hit the notification bell. That way you get notified every single time that I release a new video. But in the meanwhile, just keep planning, keep journaling, keep doing all the things. And I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye.